You found out that you're a manifestor in your human design, and now you're curious to understand what this whole deal is about, informing or to inform. Your strategy in your human design as a manifestor is going to be the key that will allow you to unlock your full potential, and is the actual actionable step that allows you not only to understand human design and your energetic authenticity, but actually live it out. In this video, I'm going to break down how the strategy looks like, what it actually means, and if you've ever felt confused around why you need to inform, or maybe you have resistance around informing, because I have yet to meet a manifestor that actually likes informing, then this video is for you. I'm so excited to dig deep. Welcome to the Human Design Portal, your safe space to decondition so that you can align with the right people, opportunities, and chances. If you're new here, my name is Maike Gabriela, and I'm a human design reader, a deconditioning expert, and the founder of the Transformational Human Design Certification. And we now have a new member area. It's completely free, called the Upraising Club. So if you're interested in getting your human design goodies and nerd out on all the cool human design information we provide there, please join our member area. It's completely free, and I can't wait to see you inside. The strategy in your human design, to me, is the most important part that you need to fully understand to be able to live out your human design. And this is really interesting because there's so much information about human design, and people come to me and they want to know more, and you've been watching all these videos, which I think is great, because in human design we have something called the cellular activation. So the more you listen through oral transmission to the human design information, the stronger, the deeper your deconditioning process will go. So that's a great idea. But the thing that I notice is that a lot of people try to hide behind, I still need to learn more before I can actually apply it. And this is where I see the biggest kind of diversion between people who use human design, apply it, and see results, and those who find human design, learn about it, and always feel they need to learn more before they can actually apply it, so they don't see immediate results of living energetically aligned or authentically aligned and using their strategy. And so the strategy is that one specific tool that human design has given us so that we can collaborate with the universe, so that we remove resistance out of our life and feel more aligned. The fascinating thing is that actually the manifestor, you specifically, are the only energy type that is not necessarily waiting to collaborate with the universe, rather than it is the universe that is working through you to communicate with the world. And so this is a very unique dynamic, because again, it kind of reinforces this concept of being such an authoritarian, strong energy that you are as a manifestor. I'm going to break down the different ways we can look at what it means to inform, why you need to inform, and how you can actually apply informing to your life so that you can live a life that is full of flow, that allows you to be free, doing your own thing, and being absolutely in tune with this beautiful energy you've come to share with the world as a manifestor. Let's dig deep. Okay, let's start with the basics. Let's start with building the pillars on understanding what it means to inform as a manifestor. So the first thing I want to explain is what is actually informing. So informing means utilizing your voice. Informing means operating from the energy center of your throat, because one of the defining features of a manifestor in their energetic body graph is that you will have always a defined throat. This is your power, this is your motor, this is your initiation, this is your power of manifestation as a manifestor. And so you need to inform means you need to open up your throat energy and communicate and connect with others through this powerful energy that you carry here. And informing does not mean you have to ask for permission. Informing does not mean you have to ask for approval. Informing literally means, like, listen, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I feel, this is what I'm in the mood for, this is like just sharing what's going on within you. It's always interesting to look at your body graph, and if you don't have it in front of you, you can go to my website, you have your body graph there for free, or when you join the member area, you also have a body graph there for free. And so you can look at where or how your throat is being defined. Meaning, if you look at the energy center that creates a channel to your throat, you will deeper understand what it is you've come exactly to share with the world, like how you're meant to inform. And we also have a cheat sheet inside the Upraising Club, inside the free member area, that will allow you to get a bit more insight into the different gates that we have to better understand what I'm talking about. But informing is exactly that. It is not asking for permission, it is not asking for approval, it is just stating what you feel, what you want, what you think, what you desire, without it being threatening, without it being demanding, without it being overpowering, without it being forceful, but just sharing and stating very clearly your personal experience. And that is incredibly authentic. I think there's 3 people that always come to mind when I talk about manifestors that are really aligned, that catch my attention in the way that they talk, in the way that they inform, without it ever being something where they're looking for approval or where there's any kind of like outside validation that they're looking for. So one of them is, I'm gonna call him a TikTok star. I hope he's probably gonna like butcher me for that, but whatever. Skeppy is a manifestor, and if you watch his TikToks, he has an incredible podcast as well, but if you watch his TikTok, I think he's pretty young. I think he's around 25 years old at the time of this recording. And he's really interesting because I think the reason that he's gotten so much attention is because he just says what he thinks, how he thinks it, and that's it. And it resonates so deeply with people because there's no bullshit, and that's what he's known for. But then we get to the next one, which is Adele. So Adele is a musician, she's a singer. Right now she's doing like the last tour in like what will be a long time. I think she's engaged. She has a child from her like first relationship, and I just recently saw a clip of hers in this humongous stage, and she's like just really informing, and it was emotional, but she was saying like how grateful she is to be like having this incredible opportunity right now to like, you know, be on tour and like sing, because this will be the last time that she will do this in a very long time, because it's taking her a lot of time and energy to like put this together and to create the family, and now she wants to enjoy the family. And the way that she's just informing such an incredible, impactful information to her fans, like imagine being in the stadium of like, I don't know, like so many people. Like I don't know if I've ever seen, like I feel like these stadiums, the last time I saw them was like in the 2000s, like so bigger than a football stadium, okay? And she's just like casually saying she's basically retiring for, you know, the next 5-10 years. I mean, we don't know. But she's just saying, like, this is what I'm doing, and everybody's just loving her for being honest, and everybody's understanding that, you know, if you find a partner that you want to spend time with and you want to create a life with, maybe being a celebrity or being like on tour every year is not the way to do it for the best of whatever she is looking for right now in this moment in her time of life. The third person is Jordan B. Peterson, which is very controversial person. Therapist, I think, is what his like official title is. He's been threatened by the Canadian Association of whatever to get his license revoked. He's had to undergo through media training for the way that he shows up online. Every time I watch him talk, I'm like, I want to be like Jordan B. Peterson when I'm like grown up. Not necessarily because of what he says, but it is how he says it. The intensity with which he shares what he believes for himself to be true, he basically nearly cries every single time that I listen to anything that he does, and I fucking love it because it's so earnest, it's intense, like it is so about you have one life and you gotta make the most out of this life, and I love that energy. So these are 3 people that if you're looking for inspiration on how informing for a manifestor looks like even if you just watch interviews with Adele, everybody's like laughing with her because she's so honest, she's so straightforward. True manifestor fashion, all of them, they're doing a great job. So that is what informing actually means as a manifestor. The second thing I want to explain and break down is why do you have to inform? I have yet to meet a manifestor who actually wants to inform. No manifestor I've ever met enjoys informing. I think those 3 actually really enjoy informing, so maybe that's something to work on. So why do you need to inform? The thing about the manifestor is that you have a closed aura. And because you have a closed aura, people cannot see what's happening. I feel the closest, and probably like in the OG human design community, people are gonna like not like what I'm saying, but this is my personal experience, and that's it. It's my personal experience. So what the like OG human design content talks about is like nobody can penetrate the manifestor aura. I think the closest any energy type gets to seeing and understanding the manifestor aura is going to be a projector. Because yes, a projector has a closed and focused aura. Doesn't mean that they're going to be able to penetrate through the closed aura of the manifestor, but it is a continuous trying, and I think they are the ones that get the closest. I think there's a very beautiful relationship dynamic between manifestors and projectors, because projectors often feel like nobody sees them, nobody understands them. Not that nobody sees them, because everybody feels the powerful manifestor, but more like behind what's going on. And so manifestors are highly sensitive. Their charts are very open most of the time, but they don't get perceived as sensitive because they have this closed aura and people don't know what's going on. So the only way that you as a manifestor can share with people what the F is going on with you and who you actually are, and like show a piece of yourself, is by informing. Okay? When you inform, you open this little door in your energetic body, in your closed aura, and that is when people are like, oh, I can see what's going on now. Now I get it. Thank you. Thank you so much for informing me of what's happening, because I couldn't read you. I didn't know what this was all about. I just didn't understand. And so this is so important for you to understand as a manifestor, that if you want to feel more seen, if you want to have more intimate friendships, relationships, even with your parents, the way you can actively initiate having stronger bonds and deeper connections is by informing more. Again, not asking for permission. Again, not asking for approval. Just sharing your creative urges, sharing whatever it is that you're meant to share, that you feel strongly about, with the people in your life in a way that is not attached to the outcome, but really just to the honoring of your authentic expression of self. And this is the reason why informing will allow you to remove resistance and find flow. So what as manifestors, most of you have been kind of like accustomed to do is trying to avoid conflict by doing things without anybody noticing. It's like, oh yeah, no, like I'm gonna hide, I'm gonna like walk around, like hide under the table and try to do my own thing without anybody noticing, because I don't want, like the thing about you manifestors is you're lone wolves. You want to do your shit in peace. You don't want anybody to disturb you when you have a creative urge. So instead of informing people and going like, listen, I need an hour for myself in my room because I want to do whatever it is that you want to do, or I'm gonna like go for a walk for 3 hours because I need to find inspiration and that's what I feel called to do. What you're going to do is like, you're gonna sneak out of the house, you're gonna leave without telling anybody, you're just gonna try to like follow your creative urge without informing. And what will happen is that because your aura is so big, it's kind of like slapping people in the face, and people are going like, oh, manifestor, where are you going? What are you doing? What, you know that scene? You probably don't know that scene. You know that scene in Sex and the City where Aiden and Sarah Jessica Parker and Carrie are like moving in together, and every time she walks through the door, the room is like packed because they're like moving in together and all his stuff is there. And he's like, hey, where you been? Where you going? No, no, no. And she gets super annoyed. That's how a manifestor feels every time somebody asks them like, what are you doing? How are you doing it? Why are you doing it? Where are you going? So, yeah. So just think about that, okay? The manifestor is trying to avoid confrontation by kind of making themselves small and trying to like do the things they want to do without being noticeable. But because your aura as a manifestor is the most powerful, the most potent, the biggest, loudest energetically, which doesn't mean you need to be screaming, yelling, or you can be a shy, introverted person. That's not what I'm saying. But your energetic body is intense. People will notice. You will catch people's attention. You have been the kings and the conquerors of the world, okay? So instead of trying to like do things without anybody noticing, that will be impossible for you because people will notice. And then you will get angry because you're like, why are you bothering me? Can't you see that I'm in the middle of my creative urge? And other people will be like, oh, but tell me, what are you doing? Where are you going? Because they want to be informed. They can't see what's going on. So the only way that you as manifestor can release resistance, the only way that you can be doing your own shit without anybody bothering you is by beforehand, when you feel the creative urge, informing, listen, this is what I want, this is what I need, this is what I'm gonna do, this is my vision, these are my goals. And people When you inform without it being aggressive, without it being dominant, without forcing people, without trying to dominate, from this very authentic, grounded place of just sharing your authentic experience and owning that, people will be like, oh, damn, of course. Please, let's roll out the red carpet. The manifestor wants to do whatever the manifestor wants to do, and we will make space. We will accommodate because we understand in the hierarchy of energetics that the manifestor is the most powerful one. And so this is all about owning your experience as a manifestor by tapping into informing in the most peaceful way. This is key, okay? A lot of manifestors hear that they're manifestors, hear that they're powerful, hear that they're here to be, that they were kings and conquerors, and they feel, or they might come into this conflict of like, do I need to be aggressive? Do I need to be overpowering? Do I need to be dominant to get what I want? And that is actually incorrect. The way that you will achieve the biggest success and the least resistance is by always thinking about how can I bring peace into the situation, because peace and embodying a peaceful existence is your signature, is your goal. So everything you say and everything you do should come from a contribution to wanting to create more peace. You are informing people so that there is less chaos and that there is more peace, and you're owning your own experience without trying to force or be. You don't need to be big or powerful. You already are. It is intrinsic to your existence, okay? And we all know it. Now it's just up to you to understand that and love yourself for that. I hope that this video brought some clarity on what it actually means to inform as a manifestor. If you found value in this video, please subscribe to the channel, like this video. It means so much. If you feel this video could be helpful for somebody in your life, please share it with them. If you watch it on the screen or you share it with your community, please tag me. It makes me so happy and so excited to see that you're enjoying the content. I appreciate every single DM and email and comment. And talking about comments, please leave any questions that you have in the comments below. I love reading you and getting your feedback because it inspires me to hopefully create better content. So if there are questions that are still open or things you want me to dive deeper in, please don't hesitate in writing them and letting me know. And remember, I don't care what anybody says. I love you.